Good morning, kings and queens of Atlanta University Center. It's Miss Jones, and welcome to week 5 of virtual learning. Before we get started, we're going to go over our norms really quickly. Our first norm is to be prompt. To be prompt means to be on time, immediate. Next, we have be present. Present means occurring now. So, you should be focused only on this learning right now. Lastly, be prepared. Being prepared means to be ready. So you should have your paper, your pencil, whatever you need to take notes on these videos for your learning. In this video, you will be introduced to this week's learning agenda. You'll be given goals that you can work on all week, and you'll get a better understanding of our goal, determining the author's purpose. So, let's get started. Determine author's purpose. The goals of this week is to determine a theme or central idea of a text and how it is conveyed through particular details. Provide a summary of the text distinct from personal opinions or judgments. Also, explain how an author develops the point of view of the narrator or the speaker in the text. Let's get started. Our weekly learning objective is we will be able to summarize central ideas and important details and determine the author's purpose. I know you're probably thinking, like, what is an author's purpose? An author's purpose is the main reason for writing a text. So, when we're talking about author's purpose and the main reason for writing a text, I want you to think about the story we're going to read this week is called How Smart Are Animals? So I want you to think, what do you think the author's purpose for writing this text is? I'll give you a few minutes to think about it and jot it down if you need to. An author's purpose. So before we get into it, check out the pictures I chose for this slide. There's a picture of a pie and there's a picture of iced tea. Delicious, right? So when we think about author's purpose, authors often want to inform their readers in an entertaining and engaging way. So when you think about pie and tea, you're engaged. You're like, delicious. Here's the reason why the author's purpose you think of pie and tea. We have P for persuade. Persuade means to convince the reader. Then we have I for inform. Inform is to give or teach information. Next we have E for entertain. Entertain is to tell a story for enjoyment. Then we have the T, teach a lesson, to teach the reader an important lesson. Back to my original question. What do you think the author's purpose for this text is? And what makes you think that? How smart are animals is the text. So by now you should have written something down. Um, I say the author's purpose for how smart animals is to probably prove how smart animals are, or to prove that animals are not that smart. It could be one or the other. I guess we'll find out when we're reading. While reading the story, here are some key learning points. Summarize. When you summarize something, you briefly restate the central ideas and important details of the text in your own words. When you summarize, you can use some words from the text, that's fine, but it should mostly be in your own words. Then we have the central idea, which is the most important point in a paragraph. So, whatever you think stands out the most in each paragraph is normally the central idea. Then you have the details, the support for the central idea. So, when you choose the central idea, which is the most important part of the paragraph, what details support that important part of the paragraph? Then you have conclusion, a belief based on evidence, experience, and reasoning. So once you get the central idea and the details, you'll conclude by using your evidence and your experience what you think is the end or the conclusion of the paragraph. Do animals think? Check out these pictures. When you think about if animals think, you have one of my favorite movies, The Secret Life of Pets. Those animals look like they're thinking about something shocking. And then you have the gorilla on the other hand. He looks like he's probably thinking about what he's about to eat or what kind of snack is coming. But when we think about do animals think, we're going to talk about how to find the details, how to find the author's purpose using the details. So while you're reading, you'll look for keywords that relate to the title. How smart are animals? Don't forget, we got to figure out what the author's purpose is. So when we're looking for those keywords, we're recognizing them throughout the text. They'll help you focus on the central idea. Don't forget, the central idea is the most important point in the paragraph. Let's talk about those words. You have learn, apply, remember, understand, solve, aware, decide, and thought. Back to the original question, do animals think? So when you see this list of words, learn, apply, remember, understand, solve, aware, decide, and thought, that kind of makes you think about thinking. So animals probably do think. How smart are animals? The main reason for writing this text is to determine how smart are animals. Don't forget, we have to figure out what is the author's purpose. How do we determine the author's purpose? I'm going to give you a little insight on what I think. Check out this picture. So, when you look at this picture from one of my favorite movies, The Secret Life of Pets, you think, what are they thinking when you look at the picture? I'm pretty sure some of you have seen the movie, if not all of you. So, when I think about how smart animals are, I automatically think of Their Secret Life of Pets. Even though it's a movie, it's kind of cool to see how animals really talk, if they do talk, and when they bark at each other, that's kind of like their own language. Just like babies, babies say stuff that we don't know what they're saying, but they probably understand each other. So when you think about how smart animals are, I just automatically think about the Secret Life of Pets movie. And I'm like, they're super smart because they like rescue other animals, they help save babies. They did a lot of cool things in this movie. So that's automatically what I think about when I think about how smart animals are. I'm pretty sure the author wasn't talking about the Secret Life of Pets movie, but she's probably onto something when she's trying to figure out how smart are animals. This brings me back to the original objective, determining the author's purpose. How will you determine the author's purpose in this text? Don't forget to summarize, find your central ideas, get your details. Don't forget to look for the keywords, learn, apply, remember, understand, solve, aware, decide, thought. Those things are all going to assist you when it's time to determine the author's purpose. Don't forget to take notes and be focused. You got this.